Hey, we will talk about bronzer placement, how to apply it for different face shapes, and how to choose the right one. We are going to break down 7 bronzer mistakes that makes the face look muddy, where bronzer should actually go if you want soft sculpting, and one universal bronzer map that lifts instead of dragging everything down. If your bronzer ever makes your face look tired, dirty, orange, or heavy instead of sculpting, it's usually not the product. It's the placement, the amount, and the way you blend it. Today I'm showing you the bronzer mistakes that ruin the face and exactly how to sculpt softly without harsh contour. So let's begin. First, stand in front of the window in natural light and find your natural shadows. Analyze them. Mine sits more here, not like a straight line, more like a soft triangle. Save that in your mind. Next, understand that bronzer and contour aren't the same. Contour mimics natural shadow. I like the tone under the cheekbone. My absolute favorite. You can see how loved it is. Almost finished. Creamy texture, blends effortlessly, melts into the skin. The texture is like butter. Especially important for the textured skin, it has radiant particles, not shimmer. That means it subtly reflects light and smooths the appearance. Bronzer, on the other hand, creates warmth and soft dimension. This one is deeper. On me, it looks like contour after vacation. So when people use bronzer like harsh contour stripe, especially in the wrong tone or undertone, that's when the face starts to look muddy. Mistake number 1, placing bronzer too low. First, find the line where your teeth meet. This is your lifting line. Here, we apply only contour, never bronzer, and stop right before the vertical line from the outer corner of the eye, as I'm showing. Blend slightly upward, this lifts the face. Otherwise, the lower face can look heavier. And the only one exception, if you naturally have very prominent cheeks, you don't need to enhance them. Go straight to blush instead. I want my bronzer higher than most people think. I keep it on the outer perimeter and upper cheek area so the face looks softly sculpted. Cheeks, nose, and forehead, a soft golden touch. Mistake 2. Bringing bronzer too far into the center of the face. This is one of the fastest way to make bronzer look obvious and muddy. Mistake number 3. One strong visible stripe. Real sculpting isn't a line, it's a gradient. I want bronzer to fade into the skin. If you can clearly see where it starts and stops, it's too harsh. Mistake 4. Bronzer without balance. Bronzer alone can make the face look a bit tight if there's no freshness at the back. That's why soft bronzer plus a bit of blush plus a bit of a lipstick always looks more alive, modern, and flattering. And this works for all undertones. If you haven't seen my blush video, don't forget to check it out later. To summarize this part, contour is for depth and lift. I also place it on the temples because of my face structure, but if you don't need it, skip it. And bronzer goes slightly above the contour and across the forehead. Then blush, ideally matching your lipstick. If your skin isn't sensitive, you can even use your lipstick as a blush. Mistake number 5, using too much product. Blush, bronzer, doesn't matter, especially creams build up faster than you think. And of course, we are not actually applying everything like this on the face here. This is just to clearly show placement and help you understand where each product should go. Mistake number 6, apply powder bronzer on a still wet foundation base. This is a big mistake. It sticks and turns patchy. You need to set the skin first, always. I use one of my favorite powders when I want to keep the glow, but remove the sticky surface immediately. It's a radiant powder, not flat matte. It gives that soft focus, almost Photoshop effect without killing dimension. Completely matte skin can look heavy and unnatural. The face has volume and depth. So the balance between glow and matte is everything. And shake the powder twice, stamp it onto the cheekbones, sides of the nose, forehead, and chin. And now your base is smooth, set, and ready for bronzer. Mistake number 7, choosing the wrong undertone. If the bronzer is too orange, it looks fake. Too gray, the face looks dull. And too red, it starts competing with the blush. That's why I often recommend multi-tone bronzers. They are like a safe zone, especially for beginners. You also get versatility. You can use them as eyeshadows from deep brown to coral to light beige and maybe matte and shimmer, depends on which exactly bronzer you use. And a very practical product. What to do if your bronzer is very pigmented? And yes, this one is beautiful, but let's pretend it's too intense. First, don't swirl your brush into the product and don't tap it on the cap. That just wastes the product. It should stay in the brush, not fall on the floor. Instead, dab the brush onto the back of your hand. Look at how much product is actually here. Sometimes it's overloaded. If the formula is still too strong, even with a light touch, take your powder again. This is your universal helper. Mix the bronzer pigment with the translucency of the powder on the hand. It softens the intensity and makes application much more controlled. You can use this trick with blush as well, especially if it's too bright. Just a quick note before we continue. This is a beautiful opportunity to explore or restock your luxury beauty favorites, as a Givenchy Beauty private sale event is back. Sign up for the loyalty program on the official website and use the code PRIVATE26. The offer is valid until April 4th with up to 30% off site-wide. You'll find all my pics along with the code in the description box and pinned comment. And now let's move on to the fun part, face shape bronzer map. Let's start with the round face. A round face, it means length and width are similar. Features are softer and more circular. A round face, we have to just a little bit to lift and maybe elongate. Keep bronzer high on the outer cheeks and temples. And think about this as a slightly diagonal lift. Avoid placing it too low or too wide. That makes the face look even rounder. Even if someone doesn't understand the language, this placement should be visually clear. It's easy to remember. Long face, shorten visually. Here, bronzer helps create balance. I prefer softer, more horizontal placement across the upper forehead and outer cheeks. This reduces length visually and makes the face feel more proportional. Horizontal placement works beautifully here. It takes up space. Also, setting the center with the powder helps reduce shine and brings the proportions closer together. You can take a screenshot or save this video, thank you. And this is all about remembering placement. Square face. For a square face, bronzer should soften structure. I use soft circle blending around the temples and upper cheeks to reduce sharpness. If we soften the angles, the face visually moves closer to the rounded shape, and then we add slightly diagonal blending to keep lift, right? Okay, keep everything softer, less sharp lines, more diffused edges, and you can also support this with the styling, maybe baby hairs along the hairline, or softener framing around the face. And again, reduce shine in the center to make it less prominent. Heart-shaped face, balance top and bottom. You can still add a bit to the forehead, it's usually more prominent, but keep it light. And when you slightly reduce the upper part, the face becomes more balanced, closer to the soft triangle. Now let me show you exactly how I apply bronzer when I want the face to look softly sculpted. This works beautifully on everyone, it's like the basic technique, so if you're a beginner, start here. Important step, apply lipstick to the lips and cheeks. This helps you see the full picture and prevents over-applying bronzer just because something feels missing. I always start with the less product than I think I need. And then go in with the contour if you feel like you need to correct something, But honestly, most of the time, it's in our head. There is nothing to fix. Still, if there is something you truly can't unsee, I'll show you how to do it properly. After cream contour, set everything with the powder. Make sure the skin isn't wet anymore, so you can safely apply powder textures without any patchiness. Only then place bronzer slightly higher than the contour, almost where your blush goes. Also apply a bit on the temples. Keep everything in very thin layers. You shouldn't see it as a full glam in the mirror. That's the point. It's soft sculpting. And as I promised in the stories, quick eye makeup. Just the same bronzer all over the lids, plus mascara. It always works, just because we are repeating tones. The same bronzer as eyeshadow and the same lipstick as blush. Everything looks balanced and intentional. Look at the final result. The direction, placement, and blending completely change how polished and effortless the face looks. Tell me in the comments what bronzer issue you would struggle with most: muddy, orange, too harsh, or disappearing too fast. I read all your comments. Let's discuss. And thank you so much for watching. See you soon.